Okay, Rams, if you're watching this, it's because you need to redo your grade for Formative Assessment 2.3. Okay, so what this is here is comparing and ordering rational numbers. Okay, this has the list. This table shows the amount of time that 4 students practiced the trumpet one day. Which list shows the names of the students in order from the least amount of practice time to the greatest? So here's the thing. They're all fractions. So we have 2 options. We can either make them all decimals or we can make them all fractions with a common denominator. On this problem, the denominator is probably the easiest. Well, maybe they only have 2 that you would have to actually divide. But because your denominator, the smallest number that all these go into is 12. So watch this. I can make each one with a denominator of 12. This is actually something you did in elementary, so it shouldn't be that hard, okay? Now, how do I get from 3 to 12? I multiply by 4. And there's a rule that says whatever I do to the bottom, you do to the top. So 3 times 4 is 12. So 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, 2 times 6 is 12. So 1 times 6 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12, so 1 times 3 is 3. And then 7/12 stays 7/12. So what I'm looking at is 1 and 8/12 hours, 1 and 6/12 hours, 1 and 3/12, and 1 and 7/12 hours. Now, could we put them in order from least to greatest, the smallest here? If my denominator is the same, they're all 12. If the denominator is the same, we can now look at the numerator. Okay, 3/12 is the smallest, and that would be Ryan. What's the third one here? Ryan. So Ryan is going to be first. That tells me I can rule out 2 answer choices here. I can rule out this one and this one. Ryan's got to be first. Okay, and then after 3/12, what's the next smallest? 6, which would be Gus. So Ryan and then Gus. After that, everything else changes, so that's the only one left. It'd be Jacob and then Cole. Okay? So that's your answer. Okay, which of these numbers is greater than 1.5? Greater than 1.5. So it's a positive 1.5, okay? So if I think about my number line, okay, that's negative. That's got to be, it's less than 0, okay? That is negative. So really we're looking at a couple of these here. 8. Is 8 greater than 1.5? Absolutely. So anything that doesn't have 8 in it is going to be wrong. Okay, they all do. Okay? This one has a negative number in it, so I know that one cannot be it. And because not all of them are greater than that, because they can't be greater than 1.5 if they're negative, so I have to rule this out as well. Okay? My dog is wanting to play. So now let's look at these. 8 is definitely going to be way over here. There's 8. Okay? Now let's look at these. All right? 5 halves. That is improper. So we can divide. Top dog goes in the house, right? 2 times 2 is 4. And I subtract and get a 1. That 1, remember, becomes the numerator. And your denominator stays the same. Is 2, okay, so this number here is the same as 2.5. Is that greater than 1.5? Absolutely. Next one is 1 3/5. Okay, well, I need to compare 1 3/5 to 1 1/2. There are a couple of ways I can do this. I could ignore the ones for a second to make it a little easier and just say 3/5 and 1/2. Okay, I could think about it as, okay, what is half of 5? That's going to be 2.5, right? Half of $5 would be $2.50. So this $3 is more than half of that. Okay, it's more than that $2.50. So this is greater than 1/2. You could also do division, top dog. 3 divided by 5. 5 doesn't go into 3, but it goes into 36 times. So that one's, it's a 1.6. 1/2 is 0.5. That's 5/10, right? That's one we should have memorized. 0.6 and 0.5. This one is bigger. So it's all three of these are greater than 1/2.